Hello guys, I hope you all are doing well. So in this video we are going to discuss what is competitive programming and what are some of the important platforms on which one can do competitive programming. So competitive programming is a mind sport. Basically it is done to solve the coding problems using algorithms and data structure. So the most important thing in competitive programming is the game played by algorithms and data structure. So if one needs to be perfect in competitive programming or solve programming questions which are asked in the product-based companies and also enhance the programming skills, so one needs to be good in algorithms and data structure. A very good understanding is required of both these things because these both are the base of competitive programming. The participants needs to write code under various restrictions. Basically restrictions are there while we are writing the code in any on any platform, like memory limits, execution time, and limit of coding and space is also there. So the winner of competitive programming is declared based on the problems solved, how many problems are solved, and the time spent for writing successful programming solutions. So this is all competitive programming. Next question which arises in the minds of aspirants which are desiring to join the product based companies is that what are the benefits of programming? So competitive programming helps one to improve his or her logical and analytical skills, which are very much required in software industries, because whenever one is dealing with the client, so one needs to be logically and analytically very efficient so that the problem needs to be understood in one go. Next benefit is all about the algorithmic knowledge. It is very much required to solve any problem in computer science field, in IT field. One needs to be good in algorithms, let it be any type, searching, sorting, or any type you may know about. Next benefit is it is an excellent addition to your CV. Or basically, this is like something decoration of CV, and it also improves our network of friends who are also passionate about programming because it is like a passion. Generally, people or we can say students pursue it as a passion, as a hobby, and do very means solve very hard complex problems in a very easy to understand manner and in less time complexity and space complexity. Next benefit is it is supported by world famous organizations. These organizations like Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft, IBM, and others. So these are very much in demand if one is going through the Bachelor of Technology or Bachelor of Engineering or anything related to IT or computer science. Now, skills, what are the requirement of skills in the competitive programming exams are algorithmic skills, basic maths skills, programming skills, typing speed skills, because it is also a key factor. Just the knowledge is not going to work because one needs to type and one needs to code the solution in a given amount of time. Debugging skills are also required because I have also given exams like big giants like Amazon. So basically they provide questions of debugging, like solve the error, run this program by correcting the error. Correcting the error basically means debugging. So debugging skills are very much required if you are a fresher and you are looking for a job opportunity in a good MNC like Amazon or Google. Now next is complete search. These are also set of skills which are required while you are doing competitive programming. So complete search is like number one is brute force searching. Brute force searching using the entire space search. Basically, if you are provided a set of array and you are told to search through this array any particular value, so you may perform brute force searching as well, and the other search is beating the time limit and optimizing the search. These are basically the skills required while you are doing the searching in competitive programming problems. Next is divide and conquer. This is a very important uh, algorithm, we can say, while we are solving any competitive programming problem. So what is the main idea behind this divide and conquer is that dividing the coding problem into smaller parts and then solving the small individual parts and then assigning the solution and summing it up and then producing the result as a whole. Next is binary search. Binary search is also works on divide and conquer approach, and many questions are asked in these competitive programming as well. Now next is dynamic programming. It is also one of the important tasks, we can say one of the important topic of competitive programming, that is dynamic programming. So in this we see determine the problem state. First of all we need to know understand the problem state, and then we need to, second thing is faster and more elaborate recursion, recursive backtracking. Backtracking is like something we are traversing a tree or a graph, so we can back traverse from this node to this node, right? Like this we can do in this dynamic programming to get the optimal solution. Next, how to get started. Now if you are new to the competitive programming and if you are thinking of how to get started, so number one point that you need to take care is, it is vital that you select a programming language which you are most comfortable with. So you need to select any of the programming language, let it be C, C++, or we can say Java, or any language of your wish, right? So it can be any language, or Python as well. So I would suggest you may use C, C++ or Java. If you would be using C++ or Java, it would be more better in solving the problems, because most of the companies are using Java, I've seen already, and it is better to use object-oriented programming while solving the competitive programming problems. Next point that you need to take care is sign up on any online coding challenge website. I will tell you in the later section of this video about these sites as well, and then start solving their practice problems. You need to start with the basic problems and then moving on towards the advanced problems. Next thing you need to take care is you need to learn about data structures. I've already mentioned in the starting of this video that data structures and algorithms play a very important role in competitive programming. Whenever you are solving a complex coding problem, you need to use data structures and algorithms, because without them you are not going to solve any of the questions, we can say. Next point is you need to understand the concept of complexity in programs. Next point is learn important programming patterns like recursion, dynamic programming, so on and on. Next, top competitive programming sites. This is a very important slide as well, because these are some of the platforms, coding platforms, on which one needs to start with, like Topcoder, CoderByte, CodeWars, CodeChef, CodeForce, HackerEarth, and also HackerRank. It is not mentioned here, but I would suggest you to start with HackerRank. It is a very good site to start with any programming language, and the sections are also provided differently. Means for every particular type of problems, it is provided in a particular section of the site. Now, what are the best practices for competitive coding exams? Although there is no fixed rule, still some best practices for competitive programming that you should follow are: first of all, you need to try to learn new and efficient algorithms. First of all, get knowledge from books or sites or anything wherever you want. But first of all, you need to get some knowledge about new and efficient algorithms and implement them whenever required. Develop a good knowledge of data structures like list, trees, graph, so on and on. Read the privacy information from the competitive programming website and contact them before. This is not a very much important tip, but you need to focus on these two steps very much, like try to learn new and efficient algorithms and develop a good knowledge of data structures. Next, you should select a problem for which you can you can find a solution as well, and possibly an explanation of those solutions. Because whenever you are starting with competitive programming, you should not be demotivated if you are not able to solve the problem, because each one has started at the same level. No one is a king in solving these questions from beginning. But once you get an habit into solving these problems, you would be a king in the near future. Okay, so keep solving problems. If you require, you may search for the solution of that problem as well, but don't get demotivated while solving such questions. You need to maintain pre-written templates for standard algorithms, necessary headers and functions, because in this it is not like you need to write complete program. You just need to and mention the logic and otherwise the upper standard algorithms, and you can use the functions or methods and minimize the repetition of code, because functions and methods are basically built or used to minimize the repetition of code, right? Now the last practice that one needs to do or one should do is test the code for worst case and try to figure out the best solution for this situation. Moving on to the next slide. Now this is a LeetCode platform on which I want to discuss something as well. That LeetCode is the best platform to help you enhance your skills for competitive programming. It is the world's leading online programming learning platform. It is a vast ocean of we can say questions on competitive programming. So you may take help from this platform as well for technical interviews and also solving the complex problems. So that's all in this video. I hope it helps. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.